Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Today is December the 7th, 2020. Making the day's math 7 or God's self. And the total summation of today being 14, or knowledge, culture, freedom, show and improve, power and refinement. So what today's math is telling us, with 7, is today being the 7th, we are reminded, of course, that all is one and one is God. So that's everything. Again, I say, as upright, sentient beings, we are the pinnacle of consciousness under God. Because everything is God. The tree, the grass, the dog, the fish, all of that. Like I was saying a few videos ago, I believe it is Taoism. I think. I don't know. I'm not gonna quote the religion wrong. But it's a religion that believes that there's a divine spark in everything. And as followers of the Supreme, the Most High, it is our job to raise these sparks or return these sparks back to their highest, to recognize the divinity within them, which is how we do it. And speaking of divinity, if you remember, 3 days ago now, the A is Allah, the B is be or born, the C is see as in like with your eyes, but CEE, because it's with the third eye or the first eye, really, the mind's eye, and D is divine, making this line up pretty nicely, if I do say so myself, being that it is 7 or God's self, and also the fourth letter D, which is divine, but also the total summation being 14, or the 14th degree, or knowledge, culture, freedom. Knowledge, of course, is the foundation, but it is the root, the foundation of the culture. Everything in this culture is rooted in knowledge. Knowledge of self, knowledge of nature, knowledge of reality, knowledge of the universe, because all of these things are you, and you are all of these things. So to have the knowledge be your way of life or your culture, and for you to have a freedom or freedom to think for oneself, this shows, improve, and helps you find the truth. And in that truth is your power. And we as people, when we come to this truth and get this power, in order to keep building and keep ascending, we must continually go back through the cipher and continue to build on what we have already built on, or destroy something that we thought was good and turned out it wasn't. Excuse me. So yes, this knowledge should be, this knowledge of self, this knowledge of God's self specifically, it should be a way of life. And when it is, freedom is born, but also power is born. And the thing with this power, like I say, is that it is, I don't know, so refinement is like when they go and go mining for minerals and find a diamond or whatever precious jewels. The refinement process is taking that jagged unfinished raw material and polishing it up, cutting it up into something that is pristine, which is what we must do with ourselves. When we first, anybody who first come to this knowledge, especially as an adult, we already been through a lot and we already got the rough edges. So when we come to this truth, it doesn't automatically just, polish everything up for you. It should give you, at least an idea of how to polish yourself, which is the point of the Supreme Mathematics and really the whole 120 lessons. But like I said, everything not for everybody. So you must find the truth within everything, and that'll give you power over it. Now, you know what I'm saying? The power of understanding, if nothing else. And of course, the power of understanding, 5 and 3 make 8, which is what allows you to build and destroy consciously. But again, today's day is the 7th, or God's self. So first of all, again, we are reminded of the highest self. And also to keep climbing, so to speak. Because the highest self is God, and we not. We still have a lower self, which is why we have to continuously go through this process of refinement. Which is why they put the power with the refinement, because again, I just seen, I want to say it was Lord Jamar on Vlad, saying how, again, he's a 5%er, but he was saying how, black people been on this, the original man has been on this planet for millions of years, so to speak, or so they say, and that the European has only been around for 6,000 years, and that would make them the baby, the original man, the father of all nations, and the grandfather would therefore be the supreme being, the most high. So now when this knowledge is the truth is in the wrong hands, this power is a weapon that can be used for bad, of course. Even, not dealing with Europeans, of course, because, my wife is white, so don't think I'm racist. Which I know people say you can still be racist, but I really am not. But the whole point of me saying that was that being that they only been here for 6,000, and the original man been here for however many millions of years, so to speak, that now the baby feels as though it can tell the father what to do and cut him off from the grandfather. Like if you give, babies, as Lord Jamar said, babies shouldn't play with man toys. And this knowledge of self is really a mature thing to come to. Not saying you shouldn't teach your children, because I personally am teaching my children, who happen to be mixed, about God's self and the knowledge of it, and how to utilize it, and how to exercise wisdom in an attempt to find understanding, and how this should be a way of life rooted in freedom, in search of the truth, to find the power and refine it. Because again, like I said, you're God, I'm God, but it does not mean like you have supreme control over anybody else because I'm God and you God. Excuse me, God gracious. But unfortunately, this truth can be perverted. Um, and when someone doesn't have knowledge of self, they are more easily manipulated, I should say. So hopefully, I can help you find some knowledge of self. Again, I say, anybody want to connect or link up and build, I'm here. I do have a Patreon. I've been doing everything for free. My sister gave me the idea to like construct actual like classes, like a course, and then put it on my Patreon for sale. I really would rather not do that. I would really rather just build. And if you feel like you want to contribute, I have a Cash App, first of all, but second of all, I have apparel. So I would much rather you pay $20 for a T-shirt that is self-advertisement or free advertisement for me, versus you buying a $5 video, when I could just give you the video for free, like I said. And if you want to build or link, like I said, let's do it. Like in turn, helping whoever helps me. You know, that's the point, the purpose of building. Two heads are better than one. Two wise domes. That's 2 and 2 make 4, which is a way of life or a culture. That is the purpose of this culture, to come together in wisdom and find freedom. That's pretty much it for today. Hopefully that was clear. Honestly, I haven't smoked today, so but peace, blessings, all that good stuff. Y'all have a good one.